What's up, everybody? Buggy the Nougat here in Ty's World TV and Lightskin Daywalker, and welcome back to Geek Lodestars. Now, we're doing a special video. I kind of realized we did this on Ty's channel way back when we
Long
started
time ago. Long time.
doing collaborations, and I realized we never really did it on this channel. We just put this together and just started pushing content. Now, you guys don't even know who we are, honestly. You've seen our shenanigans, obviously. uh, so first and foremost, I'm gonna introduce with the first person that I met out of this group here, and that's Ty to my right over here.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, it's taisworldtv. Yeah, I think, Buggy, we first met in the group chat in Geeks and
I
Gamers.
I think it was Geeks and Gamers or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Collider Movie Talk, one of those two.
Well, one of those, and it's just been history ever since. For those of you that don't know, I do have my own channel, and I started with that first. And then, I linked up with Buggy. He said, "Yo, I want to do it with you." So, we linked up, and then we started doing videos on my channel, and then we eventually moved to Geek Lodestars channel, which we're all doing it together. So that's how that got started. And then we got this another knucklehead down here, light skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, light skin I met in 2019. I remember because that's when I was going through stuff, and that's when I met you
Right.
guys and that whole group.
Yeah,
Um,
and it imploded.
I mean,
Not me sometimes.
it is what
It
it
is
is,
what it is.
but you meet people, you become
Yeah,
friends, sometimes you become brothers, and that's how life is
yeah.
sometimes. And then
Oh, really?
like Ty said, we were doing stuff on his channel. I eventually joined up with him. I think it was right what 2020, like a little bit
Yeah,
after
right
that.
after, right during the
Yeah,
pandemic.
yeah, it was like around that time me and Ty linked up again and we started doing videos. We started with One Piece and then we
Yeah.
eventually decided to do other stuff. We did martial arts mayhem, which we covered martial
We
arts
got to do that
movies.
again. Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
done.
we
Yeah,
that's something we
We
talked
got to
about
do
to bring back on this channel, which keep a lookout
yeah.
for that. We mainly did One Piece, like I said, and then we branched out and did other stuff, and then we were like, hey, let's start a different channel, do this, between me and you, and then me and him, and then eventually we added light skin as well. But in the beginning, he was there for a little bit. He
Mhm.
went to do some stuff
Yeah,
working
do some
wise,
job
Life,
stuff. Yeah,
life, and
life.
then
right,
he's back
right.
here with us whenever he can. He does a video with us.
Yep.
We're always open to more people eventually joining us. I I want to eventually grow at some point. It's us three right now. I couldn't see a better group honestly doing this because we bounce off each other so well. It's ridiculous, bro.
Oh yeah, the jokes just keep coming, bro. Yeah, man, this
um.
is awesome. This is awesome. This is
So
awesome.
I first and
We're a ragtag
foremost,
bunch.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So first and foremost, what the way I got introduced to the stuff that we do now was basically watching Star Wars on VHS back in the day, back in the
Okay,
90s.
okay.
Animated,
Wow.
yeah.
That's deep.
That's hey, that's how it starts.
That's deep.
Hey, that's how
Um,
I'm a
Oh yeah,
product of that.
yeah, for sure.
that and
Back
then
in the
eventually
80s.
leading into the animated series of X-Men, Batman, Spider-Man, all those, shows going on at the time. Transformers, that's another big one for me.
Oh
Me and
yeah,
this guy
this
down here,
guy's good.
Ty as well. We're all Transformers fans. Michael Bay, eh,
Blech.
yeah. Transformers One was a really good movie.
But
That
I
was
was
video
thumbs up.
games as well. We all play video games here, which is something we talked about eventually doing more on the channel. As you guys saw, we do live
Right.
gaming episodes sometimes where me and Lightskin are just playing. Me and Ty are talking about playing Sparking Zero, and then him and Lightskin eventually fighting in UFC, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Um,
You told me about training, bro. I need my hyperbolic timetable arc, bro.
Oh, get the hell out of here, bro.
so
Training for a video game.
So comics I didn't get into until way later because I didn't know about comics growing up as a kid. Living
Okay.
in where I was at. Hialeah. There's nothing.
Bro,
I didn't
there's
know. No, to be fair, my parents never actually, went out to, take
Ever?
me to the bookstore. We usually go to like Toys R Us or something like that. But I
Oh, I
never
see.
got
I
exposed
see
to
what you,
comics
okay, I
like
see what
that
you're saying.
until
Yeah,
like
yeah,
way
okay.
later. So
Gotcha.
I've read, one-off certain issues. I'm trying to
Mhm.
expand that. Um, Obviously we do movie reviews as well. I'm a big movie person. I enjoy going to the movies, escaping for a little bit. Um, Enough about me. I got other stuff to say, but Ty, how'd you get into all this?
Well, like YouTube, or like before, like
Well, leading up into YouTube.
Oh well, I've always been like a comic book fan since I was. I mean, I was a big Batman. I was still a big Batman fan. My first exposure to Batman was Batman the animated series, Go, show, and then I watched Batman Forever. I think that was like my first Batman movie and stuff. And it
I'm
just
sorry.
I mean, listen. I mean, that's my guilty pleasure right there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And
Cool
then
body.
ice.
Remember
So
the name strings. Remember it well before the chilling sound of your doom. Why do I remember stupid line?
I hate you so much, bro. You ain't. I
Chill,
think you love
bird
that movie.
boy.
Deep down, I think you love that movie, bro. I think
I
you do.
do. I'm an Arnold fan, so yeah. Just for the Arnold one-liners alone, I
Hey,
enjoy it.
listen, that's what made that movie, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. So and then and eventually, some of y'all see me with the shirt. For those of you that don't know, I did kind of work with Geeks and Gamers for like a short time. And I worked with Sam and Miguel. You might know him. Geek. What was it? Their channel. I think it's Geek something. And shout out to y'all too. So we were recording for like a good almost like a year, but then life happened. My family, someone in my family got sick, close to me, and then I had to take care of them, so I couldn't really do the YouTube, like that anymore. So I stopped for like maybe 2 years, and then when the pandemic hit,
Hmm.
I decided to kind of go on my own, and that's when I was doing it for like 5 years now. And it's crazy, starting off a YouTube thing because you don't know if it's going to be good or not. You don't know if you're going to be good enough to do this kind of thing because people think it's easy. It's not easy to do YouTube. It's really not. They think it's just like sitting on your ass and just talking about stuff. Nah,
Yeah,
it's
and I
Takes a
still
fucking
can't
lot of
believe
time.
I still can't
yeah,
believe the amount of people that we have following us, which is
yeah,
just
and
crazy
that's
to me.
right, and that's another thing.
And we're thankful
Yeah,
for
brother.
all of you.
Yeah, for real.
Right, and that's the thing. You know how hard it is. What's the subscriber count? We're almost to 400. You know how hard it is.
359, I think, close to
Yeah,
359.
something like that. It's almost close to 400. You know how hard it is to get 400 people to subscribe to you. That
Yeah.
means you're
amongst
doing
the
something. Yeah,
amongst all the stuff that's out there like us.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And people that's
You
been
know?
out for longer than
But
us and more successful.
mhm.
To see those kind of numbers and just to see the comments that we have been getting. Yeah, we got a couple negative ones. You know what I'm saying? But
We'll
That's
get
gonna
them.
yeah,
happen.
exactly. But a lot of them have been positive. And I'll be honest with you, for me, it's just been so rewarding to get those kind of comments too. And that's why I love doing this. I love doing this. I love being with the people that I love. I love you guys. And, and I love the fact
Oh,
that, yeah, exactly. Now, when I do that, now you ain't got nothing to say, you little bit. Now you don't ain't got nothing to say now. And and
go
I
get some
love
milk.
talking about geek stuff. Huh?
Nothing.
I,
Continue.
Well, to
I love you
go
too, man.
to piggyback on what you said, Ty,
Yeah.
Collider Movie Talk was probably a big part about, actually this being a thing right now, honestly.
Oh,
Um,
actually, yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot to bring that up. Um, that was the thing for me because like Collider Talk, the
and
Schmoes
then
know,
Schmoes know, yeah.
John Campia's movie talk,
Yeah.
Christian show, like all of those things, and even other ones too that I've
And
looked at in
those
the
guys are
past.
basically like the golden age of YouTube, honestly. Like
Yeah,
movie stuff and
yeah,
all that.
yeah, and that's what made me want to do content creation too. You know, and yeah, that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
I, Another thing I wanted to bring up too before we
Yeah,
get to light skin, I completely blanked on it, was anime as well.
yeah,
Dragon Ball is honestly another main reason, this is, what it is right now, us doing
right,
this, because
right.
me and Ty love Dragon Ball as well as One Piece, like we talked about, among other animes. And, going to light skin, I know you're a big fan of Trigun and other
Old
animes.
school
And
OG.
Yeah, old school
let's
Dragon. Yeah,
let's get it.
Vampire
Yeah,
Hunter
the
let's
elder
get
Z.
into
statesman
you.
speaks.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Let's
When
go.
I was your age. All right.
The tears are coming
Yeah.
out.
Nah, man. Well, I'm a product of the '80s, so I grew up watching like
Right,
GI
right.
Joe, Transformers,
All that good stuff.
Thundercats, all He-Man, Master Heroes. I watched it
Oh,
growing. You know,
Oh,
Silverhawks, Mask. I could go on and on about all the cartoon shows I watched as a kid. I read comics as a kid. I watched movies as a kid. Um, Growing up for me, luckily I had a comic book store real close to home, so I could just ride my bike and get a couple wax packs of baseball, basketball, or football cards, a few comics, go home and have a good time. And even then, I had a movie theater that I had two movie theaters that were bike rides away that I could go to if I wanted to.
awesome.
Um, During the summers when I was going to school, my aunt would take me out to the movies. We'd watch a bunch of stuff, man. I remember seeing in the theater as a kid, E.T. I saw E.T. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. I saw that in the theater. I
That's
saw Karate Kid 2. I saw the original Transformers '86 movie, the animated one in the theater. What else did I see? I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit multiple times in the theater.
that is
Uh,
crazy.
the The Abyss, um, one of James Cameron's first films. I saw that in the theater. Uh, Nightmare Freddy's, the one that was in 3D.
Yeah.
Freddy, I
oh.
saw that in the theater. Uh, Friday, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I worked at a movie theater at one point. I used to work at Best Buy, worked in the media department, so music, movies, games. So even growing up, music was part of my life. Sports eventually we got into it. So I'm like, I like a lot of stuff and I'm everywhere. Buggy knows that him and I could go on a sports conversation that will go on. We could go on a sports tangent and
and
we'll
if you
talk.
guys notice, we will throw wrestling references at each other, and
Oh,
It will go right over
wrestling.
Ty's head.
Yeah,
Yes.
I ain't watched wrestling in a minute, so
Wrestling is a passion, one of my passions, I grew up watching wrestling as a kid. Hogan, Piper,
I'm glad you
Macho.
brought that up, because yeah, me and Ty also grew up watching wrestling, but I fell off for
I,
a bit and then
I
came
fell
back
out
to
in
it.
and out
I
of it.
got
Yeah,
you. Okay,
I
I got
fell in and out of it. Like right after Hogan left WWF, I kind of stopped watching. Then when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash jumped and joined, because that's early internet.
you.
So you heard little things about, oh, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are going to WCW. We don't know when, but that's going out there. You see them pop on. That's when I got back into wrestling during the wars. Uh, WCW versus WWE Monday Nitro.
Best
Raw
times.
versus Nitro. I was Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, and
Hardy Boy.
Taker.
Yeah.
All those guys in WA, but while in WCW, you had people like Hogan, you
Yeah.
had Piper, you had Macho Man, you had up and comers too. You had
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero, you had Rey Mysterio, you had Chris Jericho,
Yep.
you had Dean Malenko, who his career got cut
Man of a
short due to
thousand
injuries and stuff. Yeah, but Jericho's the man of 1,001 holds, so get that right.
holds.
All of which being arm bars, if
Thanks,
you
guys.
didn't pay.
Color.
Got him.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got me with the learning tree. You got me on the learning tree. Yes, you did. But wrestling has been something. Has been a love and hate relationship. You know,
Yeah, we've gone to
it's
shows too.
yeah. You and I have gone
I say,
to
did he not go to
independent
one
shows.
recently? If I'm not mistaken.
It's been a while.
Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah,
Okay. I
It's
thought
been a
it
yeah.
was
couple.
We
recently. Okay.
It's been a couple years.
Oh, really?
yeah. It's yeah. Since
I,
last time I
I
was in
think I think
Florida.
the last show we went to was that indie show in
Yeah, it's CCW, and I'm branded. Yep, that was the last time. I think
Oh,
that's the last time we actually hung out in Florida. To be
I
honest with you,
you might be
nice.
right.
because last time we hung out was when I went to Georgia and visited you real quick. Hey man, I need a place to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and that's
And
when we did the thing
the
reaction. That's
thing,
right. Yeah, yeah, I remember
Oh,
the
now.
okay.
thing.
All right.
Yep.
He had the itis that day because he has some good Chinese food.
And I drove all day
Yeah,
to
true,
get.
true.
So
How far was it though?
the
The drive.
drive it was about. Well,
The drive. Yeah, yeah, the drive.
The drive from Florida to his house is about 10 hours.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
an
It's a
extra
Okay,
long
okay.
40
drive.
an extra 40
That's
minutes to
a
the
damn long
restaurant as
drive
well.
too.
Yeah, thank God I wasn't driving
Hey,
for that,
hey,
man.
but that food was worth it though. I don't want to see
It
that.
was.
Okay.
I was just tired, dog. Give me,
No, I
you
feel you.
know,
I feel
give me
you.
a break.
Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up about meeting up. And then me and Ty came to Georgia one year. We went to MomoCon together, and
Yes, yes. I gotta go back there too. I gotta go back. Gotta
we
go back.
did a reaction to the boys episode. I forgot. Oh, I think it was
Oh yeah, it was with Mother's Milk.
it it was Hero Gasm.
Love sauce.
Hero Gasm.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah,
Hero
yeah, yeah,
Gasm
yeah, yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah. Oh man.
I was
We
on the road on that.
we
I was
reacted
on
to
the
that
road
Were you?
episode
during that.
together.
Okay,
I
okay.
think I was on the
Yeah,
road already on
you
that.
you were- you were working for Ollie's at that point.
Let's
Got you.
not mention that company, please.
Oh, you gotta edit it out, my boy.
But
Yeah,
anyways, yeah, like
yeah, you're gonna have to bleep that out.
it's fine. It's,
Yeah,
it's but
yeah.
anyways, yeah,
I
that's
gotta
how
edit it
we
out, my
came
boy.
together. I'm
But you know, as I was going on, because I went on a tangent of wrestling. Let me get back. Movies, like I said, growing up movies. I got into anime. My favorite anime is real quick off the top of my head. The original Vampire Hunter D, the original Fist of the North Star, Trigun, as you know.
Classic.
Uh, My Hero Academia, I really enjoy.
Oh, I didn't know
That's a
that.
modern, yeah, it's a
yeah,
modern
that's
favorite.
a modern one he
Oh,
likes.
really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I really enjoy that. Yeah,
Oh,
Are you caught
Chainsaw
up
Man
and
with the
too, right?
anime, or you still got?
Cha- and two other Chainsaw Man and One Punch Man.
Oh yeah.
And thanks to you
Oh, you
guys,
know,
I
season
really
three coming out this
and
week.
you two bastards. Well,
Oh
no,
yeah, One
not
Punch
you
One.
two.
Carlos.
You and Carlos. I was in a chat. You guys were talking
Yeah,
about
we
it.
were just okay. So let me. Okay, so
What?
Go ahead, you go.
me and my friend Carlos or Puff would always talk about One Piece in the group in the party chat on PlayStation when he was in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was at the point where Luffy, spoiler alert, Gear 5 happened, and we were basically discussing to him what was like the powers that he has, and then you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna watch this shit.
yeah. It goes. I was like, what is he like? So he's like Roger Rabbit, and you guys are saying
We
you
said,
said.
yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
Basically,
basically.
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I'm like,
And
okay,
then
I'll give it a go.
he started the anime, and then he also watched the live action with us, which we did reviews for
Yeah.
on his
Yes.
But we're
channel.
gonna be doing reactions though when it come out. So
Oh,
we
well,
gotta
yeah,
look
we're
out for
doing
that.
reviews. I'm sorry, and then we're gonna do reactions
We
when
gonna do
before the new
reactions.
season
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should we wait? Actually, should we rewatch the first one?
I think we
Yeah,
should rewatch.
yeah,
I
Want
think
to
we
react?
should
All
and
right,
react
yeah.
to it.
Because we only did a review for
yeah, yeah, because we
the
never did a reaction.
And
So, all right,
it's been a minute. It's been a
yeah
minute, and the
yeah,
second season's about to come out. I wouldn't
yeah, yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll be
and
down for that.
I know it's funny to talk about this, but I know our content isn't like on a consistent basis. You know, it's a little spaced out, but
Oh, well, yeah, like,
that
yeah,
you guys are patient with us. You know, we
and
love
we
that.
appreciate that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We not
But
professionals out here. We just,
as you see in most of our
we
videos, we're
just do
not.
what
We're
we gotta do.
gorilla. We're gorilla. We do it the hard way. We're punk.
Here we go. That's how we gotta
We're
do it
punk.
out here. You know what I'm saying?
DIY. Do it yourself, bro. We're punk.
Just raw out here. You know what I'm saying? No safety. Just full
All right,
raw.
Johnny Gargano.
Wow.
You like that one, huh?
Wow.
You like that?
Wow. Okay.
All right, Eddie Guerrero.
Team DYI, bro. Team DYI.
Eddie Guerrero having
Um,
that smash kind and shit. But
but the plan is to eventually I want to go to New
Bro,
York Comic Con this year. Link up with Ty over there. You know, I
oh, for
know
sure, we gonna have
usually
a
at
good
New
I'm
old
York
not
time.
Comic
far from New
Con.
York now,
No, I
dude.
know, I
I
know.
could do that too. I can join in
So
too.
maybe
I'll
at
Fun.
be
New
down
York
for that
Comic
too,
Con we can
for
meet up,
sure.
and then I know that usually at New York Comic Con they drop like movie trailers and stuff like that that we could talk about after. You know, because usually New York Comic Con as well as like San Diego Comic Cons are like the two main ones where like they show like new toys, action figures, and stuff like that. So we could cover. That's definitely something we could cover
Oh,
in
for
the
sure.
future, which
I'd be
I would
down.
love to do. That's something I would love to like branch out, even though I'm kind of nervous to do something like that. But
Hey,
that comes
I'll
with
tell you,
coming with YouTube.
if we do end up going and Danhausen's there, we got to get cursed.
He probably is gonna be there because he usually shows up to New York Comic Con.
Which one?
A wrestler that we
Danhausen,
know.
he's a
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Well, not that we know that we like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we don't know him personally.
yeah. No, I wish that would be cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
understood. I got you.
But going back to it real quick, we're hoping to get you guys like more content out there. We have movies planned out.
Yeah.
TV shows, not so much because some apps are a little difficult. We've had problems with Apple
Yeah,
TV.
it's
That's
kind of
why it took
crazy.
us a
Yeah.
while to drop Severance. So
Yeah.
there's technical difficulties that happen when you do stuff like this. That
Yeah. Because
like
it's still trying to figure out the
as
supernatural
yeah,
thing.
as
So.
you guys mentioned, my audio's been low during certain videos. I there's kinks to work out. You know, I'm new to this. I've never done YouTube like that, so I'm starting to do some thumbnails. I do some of the trailer reactions.
Which is
Um,
still dope, though.
yeah, like that's kind of like my little bit of exposure to this. Like I have, besides that, I would before we even started this channel, honestly, I would just upload random videos of me playing videos.
Right.
Like
Right.
never really was supposed to extend more than that, but here we are
You
doing
know,
reactions.
what's crazy though? Like I always thought I could do it just because when I did do it with the other guys from before, like the editing and stuff, I thought that was gonna be like super freaking hard.
I
And
thought so too, but then when I
nah,
started
it's
doing
just
it
mad
with the
easy. It's just like,
trailer
oh
reactions, yeah.
yeah, it's super,
See with
easy. It's time consuming. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
see with the
very
whole
time
episode, I might have to, work it out, but with a trailer reaction, I have no problem like editing that and like
yeah,
adding
yeah,
little
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah,
But, I I wouldn't be able to do it by myself honestly because I being straight up with you guys, I get super anxious with stuff like this, honestly.
What?
Yeah. Like
Nah.
even sometimes when we do like videos, I'll get a little bit anxious, but then, once we start, you know,
Yeah,
Oh,
doing it. Yeah.
Pablo,
yeah.
honey. Oh.
Why you gotta put that out there? Why you gotta
I
put
got
that out there?
I got to bust
Why?
my
Because I
balls,
get,
man.
because that's as the elder statesman, that's my job.
And you do a damn good job, sir. I
Thank
got
you.
that. You do.
Now, Lightskin, I know you don't have any like exposure to YouTube, right?
Unless you count watching videos all the time, that's about it. To be
Well, like,
honest with you.
have you ever like edited videos or like
No, never
uh,
edited videos. But I would on occasion when YouTube was linked up to the PlayStation, I
Mhm.
would upload a couple clips here and there, or stuff I would do. Like I'll upload this to YouTube.
and
Well,
and
let me ask you though. Would you? I'm sorry to cut you off, bro.
no, you're good.
Would you ever, or did you ever consider yourself actually doing this though? Like
Like with us right
Hell
here,
no.
right now.
talking? Yeah,
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, yeah.
nah, it's the
Bro,
same
I'm
for
too
me, bro.
ugly.
Well,
I
Dude, I'm
definitely
well,
too
thought
ugly
I
for
well. Hold on,
TV,
hold
dog.
on, hold on,
I'm
hold on.
too
Let me
ugly for TV, dog. No.
let me follow up with that. Were
Hell
you
no.
were
man.
you
What you talking about?
hesitant with when I first asked you to join us?
What's up, guys? Check this out. We at the channel want to up our game and give you the best viewing experience possible. But that can't happen without you guys. So we need you to please support the channel by subscribing, okay? Click on that subscribe button. Click on that like button. Definitely click on that notification bell too. Doing all those things will push us in the algorithm more and will let everybody else know that they want to watch this too. So thanks for all your support so far. We really appreciate it. And enjoy the show.
What?
Were you a little hesitant when I first asked you to join us?
No,
No.
Nah,
no fear, dog.
Nah, he was rocking the mask, bro. You was on some
Yeah,
shit.
remember I had the Cthulhu mask at first. Remember?
I
Yeah,
remember that.
true.
Yeah, bro. Did we do it on here?
I
Not
don't
here.
remember.
I
I think
lost
it was
it.
on.
another
I think it was
channel.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lost it. I don't have to. I have to order
Nah.
a new one. I have to order a new one.
Or I want that to come back, my boy.
It'll come back. I'll order a new one. I lost it.
Yeah, I forgot about that until you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you eventually wore the Viking one day as well.
Yeah. Hiding my identity. You know, I was like, I'll just wear a mask. I don't want to notice you. I don't want to
I'm
see my
about to
face.
be like,
Yeah, I
Clark.
forgot about that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this guy used to hide his
I
face
had a
on
gimmick.
certain
I had a
podcasts.
gimmick.
Oh, yeah,
I had a gimmick.
Hey,
Yeah,
it was
right.
working for you, man. But
I'm not gonna lie,
I'm glad
it
you got
was.
comfortable enough to,
Yeah. I said,
Fries
I'm
are
hi.
done.
glad you. Huh?
Mom, the stovetop's ready.
Ma, the meatloaf. But yeah, that's what we do here at Geek Lodestars. We bust each other's balls.
Yeah.
I
This is
feel like
actually.
It's all about love too.
I
It's
feel
all
like
about
honestly, if we wouldn't bust each other's balls, it probably wouldn't.
We wouldn't
It
have
wouldn't
this much
mesh as
fun.
we
well.
would have
Yeah.
these, right. And it's all about love too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's never,
Yeah.
because you guys cheer me up a lot too. I don't know y'all be cheering me the hell up all the time.
This guy right
Oh
here.
yeah, him too.
What, me? What,
Oh, yeah,
me? What do I
I,
do?
I just sit back and eat my popcorn.
Okay, Tio.
That's my quarterback.
I think the first time this mofo met me, he called me OJ, bro. Like crazy.
Oh my god.
I just called you radio not long ago because you called me. What'd you call me?
He called you Emilio
Bobby
Estevez,
Bushi.
Eddie
He's called me
Guerrero.
Bobby Bushi. All right.
You see what I mean, guys? This is what we do at Geek Lodestars.
See, this
This guy insult
we like
me
to
and
do
shit.
Yeah, this is a racial community. You know what I'm saying? We together. You know what I'm saying? Racial harmony.
Together as one.
Together.
All right,
as
Norbert.
one. There you go. Like
Wow. Wow. I can't believe it. All right.
That's why we're gonna get canceled.
See, and that's how I know a video goes on too long when that happens.
Yo, Buggy's like, yo, I'm afraid I gotta
Listen,
check this
Stephen
out
A.
too.
You started this.
I
You
was
started
waiting
this,
for that
Stephen
name
A.
drop. I was waiting for that name
You
drop.
started this, Stephen A. You started this.
How did I start this?
Hey, you don't want to mess with Stephen A. He was just in a recent novella. He shot somebody, bro, with a silencer. Watch out.
Ooh.
He's doing acting out here. Watch out.
There you go.
Next
He's been
Denzel.
acting. He's been acting his whole life as a fool.
No, I know. But besides Ty's alter ego, Stephen A.
That's crazy. You gonna stick with that too? See, I'll be chilling. And y'all start with me, the poor black guy. Y'all just pick on me all the time, bro. Especially in the chat, bro.
So let me ask you, Ty, how hard is it to manage two channels right now? Because I know between this and Ty's World, how do you do it?
Well, being the only black guy doing it, I mean,
see.
You know what's funny, bro? You know what's funny? Before he said that, I was gonna say, so as the token black guy, how does it feel to
wow. Y'all see what I gotta deal with? See what we gotta deal with, bro. All this picking of the race. This is why we had to do this, to come together as one equally racial. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do that.
With our powers combined, we're Captain Planet.
I was saying the
There was a guy. Hey,
oh my god.
That's hilarious. But
Hey,
Anyways,
My man said Captain Planet, bro.
there's a lot of blockbuster movies coming out this year. Real
Hmm.
quick, what are you guys looking forward to? Starting
Um,
with Ty.
I honestly, I never thought I would say this. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I thought it was Superman, but honestly,
I think for me, Superman might be second,
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
Jurassic Park, the new one.
all right, real quick, since we're talking somewhat, this is somewhat in
Wait.
relation
No,
to
no, I'm
movies.
sorry. I'm sorry. Fantastic Four, 28 years later than Superman.
Oh, right,
All
right.
right, real quick,
Classic
Marvel,
again.
DC when it comes to comics.
DC.
Yeah.
Just because I
I
feel
was a
like
Marvel guy. To be honest with you, I was a Marvel kid.
oh, I
I
never
read
was.
nothing but Marvel. I read nothing but Marvel. I would not read DC
Okay, well, I mean, I read both.
except Batman.
Either way, like I read both. You know what I mean? But I feel like when it comes to events, I feel like DC does a little bit better
Mm.
than Marvel, depending on what it is. And honestly, I feel like m- DC was the only one that had balls enough to actually do a full reboot of their characters, and Marvel will never go that route. Like they'll still try to recycle these old stories with these old characters. You know what I'm saying? At least
Actually,
with DC, I got to give them that they actually tried to do a full reboot with the new 52. So I got to give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Me, it was
And
I was strictly Marvel and DC. I didn't get into until '89 Batman,
mm,
And
and
that's
then
fair. That's fair.
and then I started reading the Watchmen, Swamp Thing, and it grew there.
I'm glad you brought up Batman because
Right.
I've like the new 52. I love Court of Owl's story. That's one of my favorite stories from the
Oh,
recent
for sure.
Batman
For sure.
runs because that was basically dealing with a whole underground organization that basically was in the shadows of Gotham the whole time.
Yeah. Batman was just completely like
It
just
was Gotham's
overrun.
Illuminati.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Batman was
Which,
going through it, bro.
which there's hints of that too in the Batman, which I'm curious if they're gonna expand on that, but we don't know what's
If
gonna
we get
happen
one.
with that.
As if.
Another Batman run that I love is The Dark Knight Returns. I love that. Love that
Oh,
Ooh,
Frank
issue.
Miller, the Frank
Yeah,
Miller's
yeah,
Dark
yeah.
yeah.
classic,
Awesome.
classic.
Awesome.
Um,
Awesome.
I've read Marvel stuff too, like Civil War,
Hmm.
Winter Soldier stuff.
World War Hulk,
Yeah, oh,
Uh,
I read that. Oh man. Oh man.
um,
Man.
Planet Hulk.
Days of Future
Yeah, I
Past.
read that too.
Um,
Every day's future past. I'm
trying to
not sure.
remember what Infinity War.
Extinction. Did you
I
read
didn't do
Extinction Agenda?
no. Um,
That was a good crossover event with all the X
I
titles.
I read
Oh,
a
okay,
bit of
cool.
the Walking Dead, which is great. Um,
I gotta get on that. I never read the Walking Dead.
it's Walking Dead is great, the comic.
Yeah,
Walking Dead. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to think of other stuff. I read some issues of
Did you read Nightfall, Buggy?
no, I have the first book. I don't have the other two.
Oh, okay. You gotta get on that,
I
bro. That's crazy.
I
So
highly recommend.
I
Sorry to cut you
also
off.
I also have the Long Halloween.
Okay,
I have a couple other Batman one
Hush.
off. I have Hush, yes.
awesome.
What
What
else
was you gonna
do
say
I
last
have?
time? I'm sorry.
One
You gotta
current
recommend
comic
book.
run that you should get into that I highly recommend if you haven't, because it's dealing with what we all like, Transformers. The
I
Skybound run of
I had
Transformers
a feeling you were gonna bring
is
that up.
Oh,
Yeah.
the new one, right?
the Skybound is really good.
No,
It's a
actually,
really
I,
good
I
run.
did start reading that. I started reading that. I'm at the issue. I'm past the issue where he fights the Star Screen lookalike.
Starscream versus Soundwave.
No. It's I forgot his name, but Optimus had lost his arm.
Okay, I think
I
it's
just passed
Thundercracker
that
or
one.
Sky.
I just read that one.
It's either Thundercracker or Skyrope. I know who you're talking about.
I
Okay,
forgot his name. Yeah, but he looks just like
close.
Starscream.
Yeah, it's either Thundercracker or Skywarp. It's one of the two.
Yeah, it's another
It might be
seeker, yeah.
Skywarp. I think it was Skywarp.
Uh
Yeah.
Light Skin, is there any movies you're looking forward to this year?
Um. Well, one's already out. You guys spoiled it, and I wanted you to because I'm like, yeah, go spoil. I didn't care. I went in there. I asked you guys, and I listened to your listened to the episode, and gave my 2 cents. Thunderbolts. Um, I
aka
do
the
want
new
to.
Avengers.
Yeah, I do want to see Fantastic Four. I do want to see Superman. Because I do love comic movies and all that stuff.
What what comes
As
out? Is
for
there anything that comes out during Christmas this year of noteworthy?
I'm not sure. I don't know when the new Terrifier's coming out. I would
Oh,
love to
that's right.
see
I
the new.
forgot
I
about
haven't
that.
seen the third one yet. I want to see the. I know they're going to be doing a fourth. I want to see the fourth. Um, I do want to see that new Rock movie,
Oh yes, the Smashing Machine.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
Smashing
yeah,
Machine.
yeah,
I
yeah,
do want to see that. That looks that's something that's a type that's a genre of movies I do like.
yeah. Yeah,
Those docu
A24.
films,
Yeah,
docu
And
films.
and the fact that The Rock is gonna be playing an actual role instead of like, I
The
know
Rock.
people say, yeah, exactly.
yeah, which is pretty dope. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
Honestly, not to say that A24 has been really doing their thing for the last couple of years too.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed
The
the
wrestling.
Iron Claw. The
yes,
Yeah,
Iron
me
Claw.
too. Me too.
To the
Me too.
fact that I bought it when it came out on Blu-ray. I own a
nice,
copy of it.
nice.
I
Nice,
have a
nice,
physical copy, so
nice.
I
Yeah,
can
'cause I
watch that
remember when y'all did
whenever.
the reaction, like y'all were like raving about that movie, yo.
Yeah, we did. Me and
Dude,
Tyson did a
Zach,
reaction.
I actually honestly think Zach Efron should have won an Oscar for his role.
I
I thought he
agree.
did a really.
I agree too. He physically transformed for that role. He
Yeah,
did all the stuff, bro. Oh god.
it was. I personally thought it was a phenomenal film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like those docu films of stuff I'm into. Docu series. Like I'll watch the ESPN 30 for 30s. I'll watch
Some of those
those.
are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I saw that one for Nature Boy.
Oh, you saw the Ric Flair one?
I
How is a
did.
lot after after
Whoa.
you saw that? Let me ask you. Did you ask yourself how is that man still alive? Did you ask
Yes.
yourself that?
The fact that this man was drinking every single day for years straight. How are you alive, bro? How
Still
your liver
drinking.
is functioning? How?
And survive a plane crash. Explain that.
Oh, I
Apparently,
forgot. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Apparently, he frequents a bar in Tampa, so he goes there so much, people already know, like, oh, he's going to the bar.
Yo, that's
Yep.
crazy, yo. And
Yep.
even like when he had his last match, man, that was
That
He
was
died in his his heart stopped in the middle of that match. The
he
man
should
apparently.
he
oh yeah.
he
Oh
didn't
wow.
train or nothing before that final match.
Oh man.
When he was in
That I
that match,
saw that match.
he was dehydrated as like so bad.
Yeah, and he drinks all the
I,
time too. So it's
I
like,
saw that match. It was horrible. It was
oh
horrible.
Uh,
gosh.
but if you guys
Um,
want us, like, I know we done the John Cena thing, but that's another thing me and Lightskin have talked about, like doing wrestling stuff. But we're like,
I think I should, man. I would say
we're
I
not sure
think I
how to
should.
go about it because we're kind of like,
we're not
l-
into it all like that to like get in
yeah,
depth. You
yeah.
know, we watch it to
We're
enjoy
more
it.
casuals right now, but like if something
Yeah,
big happens, we'll probably want to talk about it, like the Cena heel
th-
turn.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was a massive thing. You know.
Like we I'm gonna
Well, let me
say
ask y'all
right here
something.
now.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Me and Lightskin recorded a episode of Monday Night Raw, and then almost towards like the end, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, because there's a
Yeah,
lot of commercials, right? Or something like
a lot
that.
of commercials, a lot of
Not even
talking,
no
not enough
wrestling, and
wrestling.
Yep.
that's not what we like. We like wrestling with a little bit of talking.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
not
action.
talking
W
with a little bit of wrestling.
WWE has its moments. Like some pay
Yeah.
per views are good, some are not.
Mhm.
And it was funny that
AEW has
after
its
that
ups and
episode,
downs.
it was funny after that episode after we cut that episode we were recording, the best parts happened. Braun Breaker coming in,
Yep,
Carlito seeing them and
yep,
hightailing out of the way because he
yep.
didn't want to get annihilated again, and then pulling Dom away to take the full impact of that spear. That
Well,
And
was the
then
best part.
there's
uh,
just like certain things that they do that's like why, and
right.
then there's the fact that Triple H basically said if you don't like WrestleMania to go f off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's
I just
like
don't like what they were charging people, man.
that. Yeah, arm and a leg for certain tickets, nosebleed seats that you can't even see anything.
Well,
Mm.
let me ask y'all something then. Would y'all prefer? Because I know they've been doing the lives for Raw, and I think I'm not sure about SmackDown, but I know they've been doing the wrestling on Netflix. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer it being like just on regular TV?
I honestly
Or is
the way they've been running it on Netflix, it just be on regular TV.
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
I feel like Netflix kind of like tied their hands with that deal that they made with them.
sheesh, really?
You still
Cause
get ads.
yeah,
Which is kind of crazy because I thought the whole point of streaming was to not get so many
and look,
ads.
here's
But
another thing with the difference with AEW. Like when they go to commercial, they'll do picture in picture, so you're at least still watching the match when it's in commercial.
Yeah,
oh,
When
okay, right,
when
okay,
WWE goes to commercial, they either stop the match or they continue wrestling throughout the match, but you're not aware of what's going on.
yeah. Well, they actually keep the match going. They keep the match going because I've been to
Yeah,
live Raws. They keep the
okay.
match going. They don't stop the match. They keep the match going,
I know
and
before
they'll
they did.
highlight it. During the pandemic, they did.
Okay, yeah.
When nobody could be go, okay, this is commercial break. Everybody stop. All right, let's get back into it. They would do that for commercial breaks.
got it. Damn. All right, so this
Um,
just should be on regular TV then. Shit.
but gaming real quick. Anybody got favorite video games that they got?
Yeah, I just played the Bleach one, so I've been playing that, and Sparkling Zero, I'm definitely still playing that because I don't really get to play a lot of times, but I've been getting back into it, especially since we got new characters for it, the diamond characters and the superhero characters. So I've been getting back into that. But I am waiting for this one game. I forgot what it's called, but it looked mad cool. It reminded me of Vampire Hunter D, but I forgot the name of it. It'll come back to me.
You
But
have any old school games that you
oh
played?
yeah, the Devil May Cry games. I loving that. We got reactions for it too, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been loving the Devil May Cry games. Of course, the Arkham trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Arkham Origins too. Um, I'm trying to remember anything else. Oh, what used to be my shit back in the day, bro? The Marvel Ultimate Alliance,
Yes.
I
Yes.
have that on my PS5, or
bro.
I bought it that we could play it on PS5. I have
What?
yeah. You can buy it digitally and you can play Ultimate Alliance. Yes, and we can play together.
Oh
We
yeah,
can
we
all
got.
three play.
Oh, yeah, I want to do that right now. Right.
I own it. I'll download it. I got Ultimate
Gee,
Alliance one
I didn't even
and
know you
two.
still had that.
The ghost in my
Yeah,
room is telling me to stop it. I'm not gonna lie, I just heard a weird ass noise.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you now, you're not
But
that Playboy.
there's nothing
anyway,
behind you. You're good.
no, it was just like my cat's not even in here. Like I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know, bro. What's happening, bro? What's
What's that
going
on your
on?
Um,
head?
light skin. What about you? What about your video
I
games?
can't.
All right. Well, here we go. I'll just go from here, starting from systems I own my favorite games to systems to current.
Okay.
Nintendo, Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear, original
Oh, I forgot
Nintendo.
about Metal Gear. Yes, yes, the Metal
Okay,
Gear series.
original Metal Gear. Super Nintendo would be NBA Showdown. I love playing basketball on that.
Damn.
Okay,
Okay.
Sega Genesis would be I would say NHL 94. It's a tie between NHL 94 and Madden 93. All right,
Okay.
on Genesis.
Okay.
PS1 PS1 would be Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil.
Damn.
Oof.
Um
Old school. Old school.
N64 would be Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, I missed that, bro. Oh my god.
All right. Going to PS2 favorite game of all time. I would say Onimusha,
Oh, damn.
the first
Oh,
one,
I never got to play that. Was it good?
the original Onimusha.
Okay.
PS3 favorite PS3 game of all time. We'll go Rock Band because I still play Rock Band to this day because I
Okay.
have Rock Band 4. So that series, I'll I'll carry that on for PS3. PS4 will be Transformers Devastation because I still play it to this day.
Oh, to this day, bro.
Xbox 360 I had for a little bit. Tiger Woods Golf because I had the Connect. That was fun to
Damn,
play.
bro. That is super old school, bro.
Um, and now PS5. Um, I don't really have a current favorite game right now, other
Yeah, plus
than
there's
just
really no PS5 games that I could
yeah, that
top my head.
Yeah,
really
there hasn't really been a
yeah
lot crazy ones, honestly.
yeah. So, but those are my games.
As far as me, starting with way back in the day, my first introduction to video games was SNES, Super Mario. Um,
Nice.
then probably my bread and butter, Pokemon and Legend of Zelda series. I
Wow.
played the mainline games of those. Like Ty said, the Batman trilogy. Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi tie-in video game was probably the best Spider-Man game until the PS4
Until
one. I can
recently.
say that.
Until
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, for sure.
Metal Gear Solid, Soul Calibur games for me, couple of those, Street Fighter,
Mm.
uh, God of War. That's
Oh my God, how did I forget God of War? Yeah, God of War.
uh
There's just so many for us to name. That's why I
yeah.
Yeah,
went with
it's
my personal favorite games of each system, just because there's so many series we're all fans
Yeah.
of. Let's be real.
yeah, for
Ultimate
sure.
Alliance, like you said.
Hmm.
I played some sports games, baseball when I was into baseball, football, college football as well. Um,
Having you
yeah,
to play these sport games is so much fun, bro.
yeah. Me,
I gotta say,
as you guys have seen, me and Lightskin are competitive when we play our sports games.
That's how you gotta be,
too
baby.
bad you're a coward to play me basketball.
I
Ooh,
don't want to start with that.
ooh.
So
Gonna take that
I
disrespect.
I really don't play horror games, but the one that stands out to me are Dead Space. I love those games.
I never played
As much as I hate the fucking fear that induces into you.
that.
Never
um,
played it.
oh man, okay. Resident Evil franchise terrified the shit out of me. I still still to this day it
To
terrifies
this
me.
day, to
Um,
this day.
I'm traumatized from the first one, bro.
the some
I
some
gotta
of the
play
Star
these
Wa-
games,
the
bro.
Star Wars games, those were like a big part of my childhood.
Here, let me ask you: did you play Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back on Super Nintendo?
I don't remember honestly. Like the
Mm.
Super Nintendo stuff, it's a haze. I just remember Super Mario World
I
because that
remember
was
How
Duck.
about
That was my
how
stuff.
about N64 Shadow of the Empire?
oh, that's my shit, bro.
Ooh.
That
You
that
ever read the book?
no, I heard it's crazy. Fries are done. Um, another Star Wars game is it Rogue Leader? I forgot.
Rogue
Rogue Squadron.
Squadron,
Yeah. The first one. Fries are done. Um,
housekeeping.
Again.
I never delved into RPG games that much, but there's a certain franchise that sticks out to me. That's I don't know if you guys heard of it, but it's called Golden Sun.
I heard of that.
So Golden Sun is basically dealing with alchemy and summonings. It's turn-based games. I'm not usually into those games, but those in particular are like the stuff that I love.
What?
I played
Yu-Gi-Oh! Some
growing
Yu-Gi-Oh games. What'd you say?
up. I played actual tabletop role playing games growing up, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. I actually did
I
that.
never
That
got
was
to play
fun.
Dungeons and Dragons. I never got to play that.
Played
Yeah,
that. I
I never
played.
got into tabletop games like
Yeah, I
that.
never got into that. Yeah, yeah,
Like Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
yeah. Yes, I did too.
I, I did
Beyblade,
that.
stuff like that.
Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
Toonami, all that stuff.
Oh,
Um,
classics, bro.
Trying to
Jesus.
think of other games, bro. There's just too many to think of. You said
Yeah,
Pokemon Stadium. That's another one for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. Pokemon Stadium was the bomb, dude. That was a great game.
Oh, I got
Oh,
another.
Super Smash Brothers too.
I got another one. The Incredible Hulk game. I don't know if you guys
Oh
ever
yeah,
played those.
bro.
Oh, you know, it was a fun game too. That it was overlooked. The Ghost Rider game on
I don't remember.
PS3 or two. It was either two or three.
I don't
I'm not
remember
sure.
that.
From the movie? Was it
It
based on the
came
movie?
out around the time around the movie, but it was its own thing,
Because I
like the
don't remember.
Punisher game and Deadpool.
Oh, let me look
That
that up.
Ghost, dude, that Ghost Rider game
So
was fun. I had it.
another favorite game of mine. I just remembered it right now that I played. a lot of was Simpsons Road Rage. I would play that
Oh
non.
wow, Simpsons Hit and Run.
That's another one. Yep, yep.
Oh, okay. I know you. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I never played it, but I've seen like
I
the
had it.
picture of it.
I
Okay.
had it through. I think I had it through GameFly. I rented it through GameFly when I had a
Wow,
subscription.
that is
Yeah, that
a
is funny.
throwback. Holy
You're
shit!
Jeez,
welcome.
I be forgetting
PS3
how old
days.
that guy.
Was that a
God damn.
I
Huh?
Elder
don't remember
Statesman?
that. Yeah.
Elder
He's
Statesman, bro. I
oh
never
um.
got
Lord.
into PC gaming, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Same. I never really got into that.
I did do the only PC gaming I would do
I
was
I
I'd
think I
play.
played Age of Empires. That's about it.
I played Dune 2000. I played X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. I also played a little bit of Doom, Hexen. Um, what was another one? Oh, what was another one of those? Quake. I used
Oh,
to play
that's old
Quake.
school. Damn.
Yeah, because when I was going to college, I had a computer lab, and the computer lab was a joke. So me and a bunch of friends would just go ahead and make a LAN party, and four of us would take a corner on a T1 server, bro. We're playing Quake, the four of us, just going ham in the middle of a lab.
When you said that, it reminded me of another game that I used to play on N64, Perfect Dark. I don't know if you ever played that.
I remember the game, didn't play it.
It's like a spy game. It's pretty fun. Also, speaking of N64, GoldenEye, how could I forget?
That's everybody's favorite.
I
So
know, but that's like the
that's
one
like
everybody thinks about when they
that's the
think of
gold standard.
N64.
That's the gold
Yeah,
standard right there.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's us at Geek Lodestars. That's who we are. You know.
Oh, and if you guys
Multifaceted.
got questions too, we would love to like answer these questions too. Like,
Yeah.
we do an episode where we
Yeah.
answer your guys' questions. So we would love to do that. So yo,
Uh,
go into the comments and ask us the questions and we'll definitely, answer it.
And if we're live, drop
Yeah,
comments there
for sure.
too.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know we haven't done lives like that in a while, but we'll
If you
try
catch
to
us,
do it more. Yeah.
if you
We
catch us, man.
I'm gonna try to make a schedule to schedule some lives playing video games or something. Because I know we used to we did the Geek and Roundup with the movie news, but we haven't really been keeping up with it as of late. So that's kind of
It's
us.
also been kind of it's also been
Yeah,
kind of quiet
yeah,
in
it's
a
been
way.
kind of quiet. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then
Like
yeah, it has only been
the stuff that we've been finding has been just like okay theories and rumors and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Nothing
it's
so
And concrete.
solid.
yeah, some
Right.
recycled
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Yeah,
Right.
we don't and honestly we don't want to talk about rumors like that until it's
yeah.
concrete and then once we know something then we'll build off okay where's this gonna go we'll
Exactly.
build up our own theories
Exactly.
you know
100%. 100%. I definitely agree with that, bro. 100%.
you know we don't want to feed into the clickbait.
Yeah, that's one thing that I personally don't like is like I don't like clickbaiting people, honestly. I'd
Yeah,
Yeah.
rather just tell you up front, what we think, how we
It is
feel,
what it
yeah,
is.
you
Right.
know.
yeah. We're not gonna give you a roundabout way of telling you what it is. We're just gonna tell you what it is
Uh,
and what we think.
We'll
yeah,
tell you what
we
we
won't
got
play
here.
around it unless, we want to tease you a little bit, but
Yeah.
But you got to pay for that.
no
You
comment.
might as well just end it now, bro. 'Cause it's only
Yeah.
gonna get darker from
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's who we are, Geek Low Stars. Like we said, there's always room for more people to join us if at some point. Um, leave a like,
Yes.
comment, subscribe,
We'll become the new Avengers, my guy.
and like we said, ask us questions. We'll answer you guys.
Thunderbolts.
We got stuff planned for you guys. What's that noise? What's that? Huh? Who's there? Later.